Welcome to the Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. Okay, another obscure reference for you guys. Put in the comments if you know what that's from. But welcome back to the next episode. I'm working on getting the deck taken care of. I'll show you later on what I've done in terms of the underdecking for the hatches. And then we'll be figuring out how the deck's going to lay out. Hello everyone. For the last 3 days, the weather up here in New England has been, as the English like to say, pure shite. It has been raining, thundering, cold, gray, yucky. So I've had to do an indoor project for the boat. And anyone who has ever had a boat or has a boat knows that one thing you need are running lights. One of those things is a stern light, a white light in the back of the boat, usually on the starboard side, the right side. So, with bits and pieces I had laying around, I've made 2. And I'm going to show you both of them, show you them lit up. You guys let me know which one you think is better, which one you think looks better, will act better, will be just your preference. I haven't decided yet which one I want, so I will look them over and see what people have to say. Here's the first one, and as you can see, it's got a very small lens at the top. It's actually an old motorcycle light. But it does glow, it does show that it's on. I don't know, I'm not sure if I like the light emitted from this. Unless you're really looking right at it, you can't really tell in the daylight that it's on sometimes. This one is definitely on, you can tell. It's made from an old tomato pasta sauce jar with the LEDs wrapped around a pole in the middle. I like it because it's nice and bright. It's visible in the daytime. It's got kind of a funky setup to it because I didn't have another pole I could use like I could on the other one. It's a little bit shorter, but I think it's definitely visible from just about anywhere. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I know which one I think I like better, but I'd like to hear everyone's opinion. Hello everyone, and as you can see, the live well is all plumbed up. I have my inlets, my outlets, my pump in there. I will be putting the drill drive in later on, but as you can see, it's all pretty much done and plumbed up. Now in this section I have to fit my electrical box. That's next. Good morning, my friends. The saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention. It's also the mother, well, if not the mother, then the aunt, of inspiration in some ways. Just the other day I asked you for your opinion on which stern light I should use. Well, I'm not taking your opinion, and I will explain why. Whoa! Made some bow lights. I think they turned out pretty good. Nothing I do is perfect, but it's functional. They light up quite nicely. Over the past couple days, as it rained and rained and rained here in New England, I did some stuff. I don't know if you can tell from this video, but I epoxied the transoms, the seat metal. I chose and epoxied the pole for the stern light. The wiring is all done, pre-wired to all the spots. Those are the bow lights, that's the live well pump. Back over there is going to be the stern light, and those wires down hanging in the center are going to be the fuel pump. As you can see, these little lights light up. The only thing I have hooked up right now is the you can hear it working. Next thing to do is to put some water into the system and make sure that everything works and I have no leaks. So the other day when I plumbed up my live well junction box, I made a mistake and I accidentally plumbed the outflow to the inflow and the inflow to the outflow, which has then required me to make this ugly, convoluted, just, I can't even explain. You can just go ahead and laugh and look at what I've done, and hopefully everything's going to work, because right now I'm going to test to make sure that it functions. I'm going to put the motor in, the 12 volt motor, and make sure that it all works. We'll see how it goes. Because the camera shut off, I don't know how much of what I all said you got, but right now I'm going to test it. Why are you not working? I got that too tightly pinned. What the hell? No, this isn't working. That was working yesterday. Wonderful. The battery, I think, is dead. Does that look like a blown fuse to you guys? My guess is that's what it is. I think I blew a fuse. She got her.
You got her?
Kayla's cat had gotten out of the yard, and Tati to the rescue. She grabbed Winnie and is returning her home now. And Winnie will forever be in jail from this point on. Hello everyone. Yesterday, after I was done playing around with the pump and the motor, I found out that that motor is not strong enough to turn that drill pump. And I'll have to come up with another scenario to get the live well working. I've ordered myself a 12 volt water pump. It should be here next week sometime. It's all integrated, it's not a mishmash of parts, so hopefully that should be enough to get it working and get it pumping water. We'll see. I have laid out all the underlayments for the hatches. These are going to be what the lid uses to rest on and what the rest of the decking is going to sit on over those hatches. Two most important pieces I have curves on them that I have to cut out. So I'm going to cut those now and hope that I got the measurements right. We'll find out. Well, here goes nothing. Well, I think I got that one right. I'm going to have to cut this off a little bit. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going to have to cut that one there. And Yep, those all look like they should be right for what I want. The rest of them are all square cuts, and I'll be setting up a little jig, drilling holes in the corners, and then just cutting them out using a little jig setup I'll set up. But this should work. Awesome. So by bringing the top edges of these boxes all up to an even level with what's going to be the deck minus the underlayment, well, that's the first one. I've got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. Not going to bore you with the video of it. And then we'll move on to cutting out the centerpieces of the hatch supports. Over the last week or so, I've added a few painted things and a lot of untreated wood to the kayaks, to the boat. And now I have the bottom decking, or the sub decking for the hatches. So what I'm going to do is epoxy them now. All the new painted stuff and all the sub decking and any new wood that I have, they all are going to need a coat of epoxy so that they are waterproof. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. Last thing I'm going to do today is take care of that. So let's get started on that. As you can see, I'm working on that right now. All the under deck linings for the tops of the storage boxes have all been put in. They are glued and screwed. I mean, screwed and glued. I talk for a living, sure. I don't really, but it's a fun thing to say. But as you can see, all the hatches are done, live well. The battery box and the live well junction, which I now have a new pump for, which is what I'm going to be working on next, is redoing and testing the pump there. Hey everyone, I've got my new well pump hooked up, and look at that, it's neat and pretty and well organized in there. And I've got a 5-gallon bucket filled up with water over here. I've got a battery over here that has a hot wire to the pump. Let's turn the pump on. And guess what, folks? I've got a working live well. Yeah, it's pumping. I've got a working live well. That is just freaking awesome. I'm so stoked. So that's the end of this episode. I didn't get the deck on in this episode. Stay tuned for part 2. And remember, like, subscribe, comment. And may all your adventures be safe and fun.